What is up, everybody out there in La La Land? So I have, hold on one second. I have for us today some topics on space exploration and colonizing, building habitats on the moon for the first part. I'm trying to find it. I thought this was something I watched a few days ago. I thought that it was cool as hell. This is an attempt to do something more entertaining than just drama. So if y'all don't like that, I also have something an idea. I'm going to find some I'm going to share with y'all some of the things from my teenage years that were. What's up, Chuck? Hit the link. Shadow Buddha, how are you doing? What's up? Um, yeah, honestly. But I was gonna share with y'all some of the ghosty stories and get y'all's takes on them because I think they're interesting. Like, they're not really ghost stories. The for those of you in the know, the SCP stuff. I don't know if many of you know, but I like things like SCPs and creepy horror stories. Like I really enjoy those. So I think we'd cover some of them today, as well as what up, Austin? How you doing, broski? But yeah, let's get into it. And forewarning, this is an AI video, but it is someone who has done an AI video. It's an AI narration video, I should say. We do. Georgia does, but they have really dumb names like Woolabooger, and then like what's up, Lauren? And then we also have believe it or not, Georgia also has its own Bigfoot style creature slash Yeti style creature that is referred to as just Bigfoot. In Georgia specifically, the Bigfoot that people claim to see is like taller and skinnier than the Bigfoot that is claimed to be seen in places like Oregon and Montana and all that shit. I don't see how there'd be a Bigfoot in Montana, but I've seen signs when I was a trucker in the Midwest and Plains area that talk about uh, Bigfoot and whatnot. But like in Georgia, the particular Bigfoot we that people claim to see is a lot taller and skinnier, like more lanky. A lot of our supernatural stuff revolves around the Civil War and the pre-antebellum period, or the pre-war period, or pre and during and post-war period, I should say. Because like Georgia is actually one of the most haunted states in the Union. Savannah being one of the most haunted cities in the country. Stop playing with the pew pew. I'm not playing with the pew pew. I was lighting a cigarette. But actually there was a Facebook video I saw on Georgia Ghost Stories. It was a dude who cataloged a lot of a lot of supernatural stories and creepy myths about the supernatural stuff in Georgia. He did it for all over the country, but Facebook like I only saw Georgia, but he said he had a playlist for every state. Let me see. Let me see real quick. Let me see real quick. May uh, I don't want to show y'all this one. I don't want to show y'all this one. Uh, Georgia does have a myth about a boar that was like supposedly like 800 pounds, referred to as Hogzilla. What's up, Nightish? Good morning, good sir. Um, there's apparently also some alligator gar that has been mythologicized, or however you say that. Um, I don't know. Oh, oh this one. This is funny. This is a funny thing.
Now, for a strange story out of rural Coffee County, residents there say they've heard unusual animal sounds at night, and several ATV riders say they've seen unusual looking creatures in the distance. Today, Mike Gersman spoke to a few people who are trying to figure out what is in the forest between Enterprise and New Brockton.
I can just say this, something's going on in the woods. Something's going on. That's Timbuktu.
And you know, of all the millions of sightings and reports,
Joe Blackburn and Tanner Medley work at Bama Slam, an entertainment and recreational venue north of Enterprise. Recently, the two men have received reports from ATV riders of distant sightings of an unusual animal. In addition, folks in the area have heard a loud shriek at night, but it didn't sound like a coyote.
Yeah. We get a lot of feedback from the ATV riders, and one of those recent feedbacks over the last 30 days has been, hey, there's something strange. There's some knocking going on.
By the way, this was from 2021.
We hear some screeches. They're not dogs. They're not coyotes. What could it be, right?
And this is not the first time there have been reports of an unusual creature in the woods. In fact, about a decade ago, a crew out of California brought a lot of equipment trying to get a picture in the Asbury community after reports of a Bigfoot or a skunk ape due to a terrible smell in that vicinity.
And in Georgia, they are referred to as skunk apes because they're typically found in the Okefenokee swamp, and them boys be stanky. They be eepy, they be eeky, bro. They don't fucking take a shower.
Despite 3 nights in the forest, they never found any conclusive evidence of a creature.
when you dismiss all the erroneous possibilities, there's little left except some kind of bipedal humanoid ape.
What's going on in the woods right here? I mean, if you hear a screech, a howl, but it's not like we have.
Is that locksmith Jeremy? Boy, look at it.
Wolves. We have coyotes. It's a very distinct sound.
The men say whatever's in the woods, it seems more frightened of humans. They ask if you've seen something unusual as far as a creature or heard something out of the norm in the woods, try and use your phone to get a picture or some form of evidence. Covering local news first in Coffee County, Mike Gerspan, WDHN News.
Bama Slam has created a Bigfoot link on its Facebook.
I do not know if that's in Georgia or Alabama, but it is very close. What's up, Yeti? It used to bring about more people in the area, hence money. Yeah, fair enough. But like, as far as like the local critters, there's some obscure stories that I have for my small town, like if you're still there, Buddha, like I'll tell you, um, my cousin and I were walking down the street one night beside, and it was one of a side road tucked off where a lot of bad shit has happened because it's from a very bad part of town, and it gives you a very creepy feeling. But like I'm kind of a country boy. Like I said, my raising is the country and the ghetto, and like I feel comfortable in both. And I say that to say this, like I know what wild animals sound like. Um and I know where they're supposed to come from if they sound similar to certain things. Like for instance, I forget what the exact animal is, but it sounds like a screaming woman or a like really demonic growl, and it's some type of, I believe it's some type of cat, like a bobcat or something. Like I said, I can't remember exactly what it is, but I basically know all the sounds that should exist in my town, in my area, because I know this area like the back of my hand, and I've experienced almost every animal that's here. And unless there was somebody hanging out in the trees with an Aztec death whistle and screech that bitch, like we heard something really creepy do that, like I sound like really bad, like, and it was like long as fuck, like long. I'd say about a solid 45-second screech, and we could hear shit flying around like bats, except for it sounded a lot fucking bigger. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, small town. Like my county's got like 5,000 people in it. So the town and the city limits is not that small. You know, it's not like 500 people only, but it is small enough to be dead silent and for you to get snatched up by some flying creature in the middle of the night without realizing it. So like it's in between, like you're not gonna get murdered without nobody noticing it, but some supernatural shit could definitely go down without people noticing it. And like I don't know what it was, and like it wasn't a mountain lion or a bobcat because it was coming from the fucking trees, right? Like the tops of the trees. And unless like somebody was sitting there and they had a like Aztec death whistle or something and was blowing it from the top of the tree. Like it was one of the most scary. It may not sound like it, but living it in the moment, like me describing it doesn't do it justice. Like it was one of the scariest moments in my life because I know the area. I know there's no like fucking cougars or mountain lions or bobcats in that area. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the first thing that come to mind is owls, right? Because if you've never heard an owl do the other noise they make beside a fucking who, let me look it up for you real quick. Let me owl screech. It is fucking horrifying. Hopefully this is what I'm looking for, because like wait for it. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's about to say something demonic. Oh, where's it at? I hate when I hate when motherfuckers name something and it literally doesn't do the fucking thing you want it to do. I can't find the video do it justice because, like, man, some of these owls. That's what that one video was, but it was just the owl looking. It wasn't like. I can't find one where it actually makes a fucking sound. You've got a bunch of people just like, and I'm not mad at them for it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And this is just a baby. That shit is like, man. Like it could have very well been an owl. I don't know, man. I can't find one where they're screeching. There was a good screech on a documentary I watched years ago. But like, I'm just gonna say it, man. I don't know, man. It just scared the shit out of me when I was growing up.
Many other noises.
Like,
You probably would expect an owl to make a sound a bit like this. Whereas, did you know that owls make many other noises, including this, and this, and this, and even this?
you see, those are the type of owls we have in my part of Georgia. The ones that sound like the last one that was played, right? And like, while the screeches are very similar, they're not loud enough to be what I heard that night. Like, this was ear shattering. Like, it was whatever the fuck it was. It sounded big. So like, but we can move on because like all the owl sounds like I'm definitely not hearing. If somebody wants to join panel, they can though. I'm gonna drop the link for them. But fucking ugh, it was fucking. It sounded massive and terrifying. This person has a good video on Georgia cryptids. I did the dumb thing again, didn't I? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm EP, everyone. I haven't slept.
Too long-winded with this intro. Join us as we continue our cryptid family road trip, where we are traveling from our previous location of North Carolina and venturing to Georgia. The Peach State, which is another name for Georgia, has been home to people dating back as far as 13,250 years ago. Over time, various cultures rose up, and by the time of European exploration started, the area mainly consisted of the Cherokee, Yamasee, Hachiti, Timucua, and various other tribes related to the Muskegon. Between 1539 and 1542, famed explorer Hernando de Soto ventured into
Not at the tip tops of pine trees, Lauren. That's why I'm discounting it. That it's a cougar and a. I'm gonna have to take the GoPro that you bought me and actually walk down that road, so y'all will see why. Because like where I'm talking about is in town. I may live in like a very small town, but I live right outside the city limits where the woods start to take over. Right, I wasn't near where I live. Granted, there is a small wood patch. Well, for most people, it'd be a large wood patch. But like, there's a small wood patch that runs between two groups of houses for about a quarter of a mile, and it's about 500 yards wide. This little forest, I guess. But like, no, it wouldn't have been it because of the environment. Like, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, Lauren, I listened to the screeching bobcat video you sent. It's not a bobcat, damn it! Like, what the fuck? Like, not even a similar screeching sound. Like, this shit, it sounded more like what Jurassic Park used for like the pterodactyl screeches, to be honest. So like, it was loud. It was loud and it was guttural. Like I said, it could have been somebody with something like an Aztec death whistle or like a prank whistle that they throw off sound weird. It could have made it sound like it was in the trees, but like, this shit was in the very tippy tops of pine trees, and it just happened to have fucking air cover at the same time because we could hear wings flapping. And like, it didn't. I don't know if that was. I don't know if when it made that sound, it scared bats away, and that's what the flapping was, because the flapping did not match the sound. Like, we could tell the wings. We could tell the wings were bats or some type of bird that was flying. It did not match the sound. Could be. Could be. All I know is it scared the shit out of me and my cousin, and we booked it, bro. And like, this is the time I was like, it was the boy. Haha, joke's on you. I was a good little Christian boy at this time and didn't do whippets. I've never heard voices in my head. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for believing me. It had to be some type of skinwalker. That's why I keep that thing on me. It did smell like copper and piss. Sometimes like sometimes I'll see Tucker do something weird. I'm like, hey, I just let you back in, and I know you go to that backyard near that wood line, boy. Make one false move and I'm gonna cut you down. You know, type shit. Nah, bro. No, we ain't even gonna talk about. We ain't. No. I don't get along with not deer, madam.
The area and did travel much of present-day Georgia, but his goal was primarily set on finding gold and uncovering a shorter path to China. Eventually, other Spanish explorers would leave Florida to venture into the area of Georgia. Along with this, English fur traders would also establish a fort at Altmalgi, which is situated in present-day Macon. England and Spain would soon begin fighting each other over control of the area, and after a few wars, England would be victorious. In the 1730s, a member of parliament named James Oglethorpe suggested that Georgia should be used as an area for the, in his words, worthy poor to colonize. In that, rather than filling up the already packed debtors' prisons in England, they should send them to work and live in Georgia. With his plan, people would be given land that wouldn't be larger than 50 acres to farm and live on. However, with this setup, no one could gain more land than this, even if they wanted to sell it or pass it on as inheritance. This plan took effect on February 12, 1733, when settlers arrived and established a settlement in what is known as Savannah, and the area became known as Georgia after King George II. Georgia officially became a royal colony in
See, this is Greater Georgia. There is no such thing as Alabama or Louisiana. Not Louisiana. Alabama or Mississippi. It is just Georgia, damn it.
1752, but things didn't go as the original plan had wanted, since many wealthy planters from South Carolina soon moved into the area and eventually took over the colony.
You see this, right? You see this, right? All right. Sasquatch, you better tell him, all right? Greater Georgia, the Georgian Empire will rise.
Plan had wanted, since many wealthy planters from South Carolina soon moved into the area and eventually took over the colony. As you may have guessed, Georgia is one of the original.
Nah, see, I'm a white boy, right? Like, I may have ran from scary noise, but that was because it flies, right? I can't punch it if it flies. If I hear something call my name, it's gonna hear click clack. Cause I'm gonna find out what the fuck called my name. And I'm gonna fight it. Like, hold on, I got a perfect video for this. Hold on. Me, this video is gonna be me and the boys on the way to fight our local skinwalker. On way, excuse me for our local in but I can't play it. It's got guns in it. It's not the here's the one I'm looking for. I love this fucking video so much. I used to have a GIF of it as my fucking background. And I could hear the song no matter what. I love this fucking video. Hold on. Check this out. Whenever me and the homies go camping, we walk in the woods like this. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, shit. I fucking love that. I love that shit. I love that in some nomad so fucking much. And like that's like ever since me and the homie saw that, whenever we go on camping trips or we do anything, we walk in the fucking woods like that. And one day somebody's got to bring the JBL speaker so we could actually fucking recreate that.
Original 13 colonies. During the American Revolution, Georgia was one of the first areas to express their want of independence from England, even though they knew if the impending war was to begin, that their coastal regions would be open for attack. This did happen, and Savannah was captured by the British. This would remain an English stronghold until the end of the war. On January 2nd, 1788, Georgia would officially...
Oh, Lord. This, I guess Lauren's saying that she does not share my sentiment about not being afraid of shit.
There are no suspects in custody. Police are asking anyone to come forward.
Report live for Black TV. White folks are dead. We're getting the fuck out of here. Let's roll, Jack. Come on, back. Let's go, motherfucker. Go.
That's apparently Lauren if she ever hears somebody say her name. Oh, shit. Okay, Chuck. See you.
Oh, well, what have we got here?
That's the poor box.
It sure is.
I'm pulling it up now, Chuck. My phone's been a bit slow because it's fucking up. Thank you, good sir. I do want to say that, preface it, since it's taken forever. Thank you, good sir. And you say, my neighbor. My neighbor. And since you said that you would like to remove the booty, I don't really want to do that from the show. But if you want to be wholesome and you like cats, I am going to play you a cat video, good sir, if you're okay with that. If you want your booty, I will give you the booty. Pause. But I am going to play the cat video.
That was a large cat.
Cheeseburger?
That's the last thing she needs.
A single spaghetti broke him.
Why can't you be that calm and nice?
Oh, I love that cat. I love that. I want that.
Encountering the final boss. His emotional support balloon.
His emotional support balloon.
It's a new baby. You want him? Yeah. There's that baby. And then there's the one more. They're just going to live in here for a little bit. Do you like them?
He needs to pay the veggie tax.
Tiger, are you drunk? Ash?
Packing up the oranges.
Oh, that's unsafe, though. That's unsafe. It's cute, but it's unsafe.
No shit.
Oh. But no, so I forgot what I was talking about. Shit. We're going back to cryptids in Georgia.
Become the fourth state to join the Union. Georgia has had many variations of its flag, including the one you are seeing, which was recently adopted on May 8th.
Otherwise known as the gay Georgia flag.
Are meant to represent those of the United States flag. In the blue section is the state's coat of arms, surrounded by 13 stars, which represents the 13 original colonies.
Let me show you
the gold coat of arms has many
the
symbols.
cool
On top is the words
flag.
Constitution, which stands for the state's constitution. This is supported by 3 pillars, which is meant to represent the 3 branches
I
of
think
government.
you already know.
Within this are words representing the state's motto, which is wisdom, justice, and moderation. A lone figure dressed in colonial garb is shown with sword drawn, which represents the state defending its constitution. The famous words, "In God We Trust," are written below all of this, and its placement is meant to symbolize it as the foundation of the state. Before moving on, I did want to note something interesting. There are 13 states which provide a state dog breed, and for Georgia, they have made it that the official breed is any adoptable dog. I wanted to include this since I thought it was nice. So let's move on to the not adoptable creatures, and that would be cryptids. To be honest with you all, Georgia doesn't have a huge list of cryptids, but the ones it does have are fairly interesting. Let's start this off with a being that really doesn't fit into any type of classification.
I'm showing y'all the base Georgia flag real quick. The one that I love, the one that I still have, the real Georgia State flag. All right, the best Georgia State flag. This will always be the Georgia State flag. It doesn't matter what the damn Yankees and government say. Let's get back to the cryptids. See, when we had that state flag, we didn't have to worry about cryptids, all right? We were a real state back then.
There is said to be a beastly creature that makes its home around Snodgrass Hill, and has done so for many years. It is simply known as Old Green Eyes, and by all descriptions, it is said to be akin to the beings known as ghouls. It is rather tall.
The Old Green Eyes is just a ghost story about a runaway slave.
Long hair, glowing green eyes, a large deformed jaw, and it has many sharp fangs. Even though it is said to have existed way before the first European settlers, the first sightings of it didn't start making its rounds until after the Civil War. After the bloody battle...
See? I told you, it's just a runaway slave.
Battle of Chickamauga, which was said to have the second highest in casualties outside of Gettysburg, reports of this being started to emerge. Much like other descriptions of ghouls, it was seen walking around the bodies of dead soldiers in the fields.
So there is a Confederate graveyard in my small town, and they attempted to remove it and exhume the dead. And so much creepy shit started happening around my town that they're just like, yeah, you know what? We're not going to do that. And it stopped. So it's still here. And the battle from whence those men died is overgrown now. It's by a dam. And you can literally hear cannons fire if you live near it at night. Like, you get closer to it, you can hear the battle going on. It's very fucking creepy. Like, you can hear people. There's been people that's claimed to hear their name being called because of ancestors and shit. I don't know. It's a very hotbed for like supernatural people to go out and try to study it. And like people have seen shit. Like people have claimed to seen dying soldiers leaning up against trees. Like it is very, very cool. Honestly, I've been there before. You can hear cannons. I've heard that myself. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was a train going by. Maybe there's a perfectly logical explanation for it. But you can hear some creepy shit out there.
In many cases, it was making a meal out of the fresh corpses. It is actually thought that the bloodshed and availability of easy prey is what brought the creature out of hiding. Sightings of this being weren't uncommon, and even 2 separate accidents in the 1970s were blamed on this creature. The reason behind this is that both drivers crashed their cars when they spotted something very large standing on the road and stated its eyes were glowing an eerie green color. As a note, I have seen 2 variations of the following encounter, so as the saying goes, take it with a grain of salt. In 1976, a park ranger and historian from the Chickamauga-Chattanooga National Military Park named Edward Tinney was walking around the park at 4 a.m. when he suddenly felt a chill rush over his body. At the very same moment, he saw a tall creature step out of the darkness and it had green eyes. According to him, he stated that the being simply walked past him and it had long black hair like a woman, long pointed fangs, and its eyes were unforgettable since they glared a greenish-orange color. The being vanished from sight when a vehicle approached the ranger. As noted, I have seen other reports that were...
I'm going to put a poll in the chat because right by that graveyard, there is an old castle-looking building. And you'll find these old castle-looking buildings throughout Georgia. And they're small. They're small. They resemble European-style castles and manors, but they're really kind of small for being a manor or a castle. The most well-known one is in I forget the really small town, but it's a small town beside Noonan, Georgia. It's where my grandparents used to live, and it is almost perfectly a replica of a European style castle. Like it has the spire and the tower and everything. That was a Civil War hospital. What's up, Chuck? That was a Civil War hospital. And the one in my town that I'm thinking that's going to involve the poll, that also was a Civil War hospital. And then for many years, it was a funeral home, and it is severely haunted as well, to the point that the houses next to it get residual feedback. What's up, Chuck? How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning. Good day, good afternoon, whatever the hell it is.
Good. Pictures. Landmarks. I'm sorry, I'm dumb because I haven't been to sleep today. So anything I
Welcome
type.
to my world. Welcome to my world.
I could talk more to you about that because I think I'm more familiar with your world than you realize. But fucking yeah, check out the poll. I'm thinking about taking pictures and seeing if I can show the insides of the landmarks I mentioned. I think it would be very cool.
Yeah, remember that area was controlled by the English for a long time.
Oh, yeah, no, the middle Georgia where I live, there's several unmarked English settlements that date back since before like the Yazoo land fraud, which took Greater Georgia from us. People did settle out towards Alabama and Mississippi all throughout the colonial period. It was just considered the frontier. And there's like small settlements.
What was it?
And then Sherman came down as well, this part of the area, and burned everything.
Tennessee was actually one of the Carolinas.
Yeah. So pretty much the 13 original states like the U.S. was basically, according to the English Crown, all of the world that was not like China and Japan. If there was land there, they basically said the borders of the 13 states extend all the way to the ocean.
Yep.
So like America was always meant to be America. and it was all manifest destiny always existed.
Similar from this man, but in those he claimed it might have been a ghost and appeared very human-like. So take it for what it is. A woman named Denise Smith from Fort Oglethorpe claimed that in 1980 she had just finished her night shift at the Crystal Restaurant and decided to take a shortcut through the park on her way home. That night it was really foggy out, so she decided to drive slow and steady. As she neared Wilder Tower, the headlights illuminated a large creature standing on the road, and it had enormous green eyes. Due to the fog, she didn't get a good look at the creature's body, but as her car neared, it simply vanished. From what I have gathered, if these stories are true, this being isn't violent and would be considered more of a scavenger, although it will feast on a human body if given a chance. Our next creature is one that I never thought I'd be talking about involving this location. States out west, maybe, but not Georgia. There is only one recorded sighting, but it is known as the Georgia Raptor. On July 25, 2008, an 18-year-old man and his grandfather decided to spend time together by taking a nature walk at 3 p.m. They walked for a while, intent on visiting a rocky area that was previously known to have quite a few deer present. Once there, the pair stayed motionless, hoping to see something, all the while listening to the sounds of nature. Not long after this, they heard an odd, indescribable sound emanating from the forest, followed by...
We got raptors and shit.
In other words, they were doing mushrooms.
Yeah.
As they watched, they saw a really strange creature emerge from the tree line about 150 yards from them. They described it as something that looked like a raptor from the Jurassic Park movies. It was about 5 feet tall at its shoulders, had a long, stiff tail, walked on its 2 muscular hind legs, it had 2 short arms, and both limbs had prominent sharp claws. To tie with the movie, it also had a sickle-shaped claw on its feet. Both men stayed absolutely still, since they assumed it could run fast due to the musculature of its legs, and it appeared capable of harming them. As they walked,
they were really high and saw a pissed-off emu. Or ostrich.
Watched, it lifted its head and sniffed the air for a while, then made another sound and ran off into the bushes. The men stayed put, wanting to give the creature more time to move on. Eventually, they decided to return to their truck and head home. From that moment on, the man now states that he is convinced that there are creatures out there that science has yet to identify. Now, with this encounter story, I have seen a lot of skeptics have issues with the raptor from Jurassic Park portion of the story. I have seen this issue as well when talking about pterodon versions of cryptids. While this would be easy to discredit, I do have to say that none of the eyewitnesses claim that the creature they saw was a pterodon or raptor. They simply say it looks like one, and only that is the easiest description to make. If I say I saw something that looks like a raptor from Jurassic Park without describing anything else of the event, you automatically know what the creature looked like. I am not saying I know the previous encounter was real, I'm just saying I won't rule it out simply due to the raptor statement. The next cryptid on our travels would be found in the Winder area. It appears to be a mix between local legend and real sightings. The creature is called a wog, and it was said to be seen hanging around a boggy pond that was given the name Nodorak.
High on meth.
This being was said to have long jet black hair, was the size of a small horse, it had a head like a bear, and the body of a wolf. Its front legs were 12 inches longer than the back ones. It had red eyes.
They were just high on meth and saw a starving boar.
Yeah, there's no way that they get that descriptive on what they saw. It's not going to stand still that long.
Oh yeah, no, Toodlebug. I know every county. I know pretty much every county. I love this state. All right, I'm gonna be real. I love Georgia. I'm Georgia's strongest soldier and supporter. I know how to bully people from every county.
Pink tongue that ended in a fork, and its large tail had long white bristles at the end. It was said to constantly wag the tail in a side-to-side motion, and from time to time it would slam it on the ground, making a distinct whizzing sound that could be heard for quite a distance. Many claim that this beast actually protected the Nodorak and would sweep anyone who neared it into the water with its powerful tail. Most legends claim that it was said to not be dangerous as long as a person didn't mess with it. Even with this said, there are many reports of it frequently visiting the nearby villages.
Nah, fuck the dogs. Roll Tide. I am a traitor when it comes to football.
And causing trouble. In some stories, just the mere sight of it could kill animals from fear alone. In one sighting I found, a family known as the Drapers saw the creature emerge from the forest one night. They originally thought it was simply a wolf until they saw the
I have to put on an intermission. I have to go to the restroom, and I have the perfect song. I have the perfect thing for an intermission. I will be right back.
Go for it.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
If
you go, please come back.
stars don't blink, they burn. Every corner's a lesson hard to learn. The void don't talk, it just swallows whole. A man's gotta fight to keep his soul. Dust on my boots, but none on my pride. The black's got no borders, nowhere to hide. I'm a starlight outlaw, riding alone, lost in the dark where the wild winds moan. But I'll hold the line no matter cost. Through fire and shadow, I'll find what I lost. The echoes of war hum low in my ear. Each scar a badge for the battles I bear. They took my home, left nothing behind. But you can't crush the fire in a heart like mine. The cosmos may crumble, the planets may fade, but my will's a beacon that cannot be swayed. I'm a starlight riding alone, lost in the dark where the wild winds moan. But I'll hold the line no matter the cost. Through fire and shadow, I'll find what I lost. I'm a starlight down low, right alone, lost in the dark where the wild winds moan. But I'll hold the line no matter the cost. Through fire and shadow,
Sorry about that. I would have got back just in time, but I had to go cut the lights off. Oh. So,
You out here?
I love that intermission song. Well, not even intermission song. I like that. I like what Crab did there with that song.
Not to derail you, but you see, there's a lawsuit against Roblox. Did you?
Oh, yeah, yes, and we could talk about it because I play Roblox and it disgusts me.
They claim it's a predator's paradise. I think it's Louisiana.
I heard it's not just Louisiana; it's all over.
Mm.
So when I play Roblox, because I'm a grown man and I know that a lot of kids play it, I don't use the voice features because that would be creepy.
I disabled that one on my sons also.
Yeah, if you have kids that play Roblox, you should disable all chat and voice over IP features, in my opinion.
Yep.
And you as a parent, you as a parent, if you help us set up the account, you can do that. I just like it because if you're a novice to making video games or games and shit, the amount of games that are on there are great. And then like me and my friend group, we play. But my friend group is a little bit younger than me, about 3 or 4 years. So they grew up with it. Roblox came out when I was entering into high school, so it was like more of a kiddie shit to me. So I didn't fuck with it.
That old?
I'm not that old, Chuck. Damn. Me. But no, like Roblox, Minecraft, all of that shit. All video games are a haven for pedos, man. Discord is literally ran by pedos. Like a lot of this online shit, they don't protect children. They thrive off of the people having the belief that it's a parent's job to restrict access to their children. They thrive off that, and they know they're not. And then these pedos move in, and they cause a bunch of problems. And it's disgusting, man. And Roblox, bruh, no, fuck that. We're going over this. Like, I want to get back to the cryptids, but fuck that. Hold on. I'm glad you brought it up.
Well, I didn't mean to derail, sir. I just
I'm glad you
I knew
brought
you
it
were a
up.
Roblox man.
I'm glad you brought it up because this shit pisses me that there's a 24-year-old dude who plays Roblox, right? And he was a pedo hunter. And guess what? Roblox literally, and I'm glad they're getting sued. Just yesterday alone, they lost $12 billion because this news story broke. They sent a cease and desist letter to the pedo hunter and then blocked his fucking account.
On what grounds?
Just terms of services. Just because they can.
Was he making a nuisance of himself?
No, he was hunting pedophiles. Like he legitimately like got people arrested.
Well, that's a good thing then.
Let me see. 'Cause I can't remember.
Only reason I brought it up is it showed up in my feed this morning.
Yeah, no, they lost. I think they lost 12 billion in market share. Like it's crumbling. It is crumbling the fuck down around them, and I'm glad for it. Like, I've stopped playing it. I've stopped playing it for about 3 months since I heard about this shit going down. Like even when my friend group are like, "Hey, do you want to play?" I'm like, "No, dude." And they're like, "Why?" And then I'll explain to them. They're like, "Oh, I kind of don't want to play either." Like for one, the implications of you playing it with all this shit going on, right? And that's what worries me. And like I don't want people to say things like I'm kind of embarrassed to say I play Roblox because they will not, like the company itself will not take measures to make sure that they have a safe environment. Like the thing is Roblox is really good at creating games, but its settings and shit for the voice chat, like it's hard as fuck to mute people and like
Yes.
you can't ban people from certain shit. So like
It was just a royal pain in the ass to set it up for my son.
that's what I'm saying. No, okay,
Like
just I don't want to be alarmist. No video game unsupervised is safe for kids.
if it's
Doesn't matter.
multiplayer access, correct.
Yeah, if it's now if it's a single player game where they're not online, yes, it's safe for kids. And then so I mean, obviously it's up to you to judge the content if you like it. But if it's a multiplayer game, no, because and I say this all the time, predators seek fertile ground. And
Yep.
that's in all cases because even terrorists recruit using Roblox and
Yep.
World of
Yep.
Warcraft and all this shit.
Yep. Any
So it's not just
multiplayer
pedophiles.
platform. Any multiplayer platform.
Well, the thing is, no chaser. It's not just Roblox. It's not just Roblox. It's literally if your child is playing any game that has a chat function or a voice over IP, meaning a headset where they can talk to people, you run that risk. And it makes me fucking angry. Like kids
Fantasy,
can't even have
fantasy
fun.
game. Fantasy games used to be real bad for getting those creeps in there.
Well, the thing is, like, kids can't even like learn social development and teamwork. 'Cause that was one of my biggest arguments for multiplayer games to let kids play them, because it helps them socialize. It helps them learn. It helps them learn to work as a team. But like, pedos just ruin every fucking thing, bro. And these companies don't want to do anything about them. Where did I
No, it's
watch this
traffic.
at?
It's traffic for their platform. With traffic comes money.
Well, now they shot themselves in the foot today because um I know I watched this somewhere.
Don't you hate that? You go back to find it, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yes, it is very annoying.
You know, I
Wonder if
tried last night to make peace, but it just didn't work. You were there or seen
yeah,
it.
it's not gonna
I'm d-
work.
no, and
Apparently,
I'm
he's
not
supposed to
gonna.
stream today about NPC son.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Oh, he's butthurt bad because NPC replayed that that tragedy. He's butthurt bad.
Well, don't accuse someone of being spineless, and
Well,
your
he is
father did
spineless,
something spineless.
except he's showing how spineless he is. He was trying
Uh,
to throw may or may not have been related to the individual. I may or may not be privy to this person. Yeah, he was dancing all over the place.
I think I watched it under my evil racist account.
Uh-oh. You evil, evil man.
Yes.
And you people in Georgia are supposed to be stupid. You're not supposed to know how to operate the internet.
I did watch it under my evil racist account. All right, I got the video pulled up. Now I'm switching to my nice Orthodox Guy positivity account. Unironically, I do have an old account where I used to post a lot of stuff. I don't use it anymore. It's my second oldest account, and it's my main account only because that's where all the awesome stuff that I watch is stored, right? What are you bruhing me about, woman? I'm gonna start texting you, bruh.
This woman needs to get her act together.
Yeah, Lauren, get your act together. Oh shit, she wants me. Okay, I get why she's bruhing me. She wants me to.
I wonder what the fake news is.
Yeah. Speaking of news, I got a question.
Oh, he wore a suit this time.
For me even to ask this, but do you think the American media really doesn't even want a peace deal because they've been so critical of you every step of the way as you lead the charge?
Yeah, but it's all black.
It's an amazing phenomenon. I said that if in the settlement you got Moscow, St. Petersburg, and thousands of miles around them, they would say I made a bad deal. The level of hatred and animosity is incredible. Not with all. I mean, we have great people up here. We also have terrible people up there that I think are told what to say. But, in solving all of these wars, they don't even write about it. I saw major wars. I saw wars that have been going on for 31, 35, and 37. And
Nobody
a couple of quicker ones. One that was going to go into a full-blown deal very quickly. You know what the one I'm talking about. It was a big one. But they don't even write about that. No matter what I do, no matter what, and this is not anything to do with you. It's probably to your advantage in a certain way. But no matter what I do, no matter what deal I make, from my standpoint, you'll come out good. Maybe President Putin will come out good. But they'll say Trump was absolutely horrible. It's just it. And I've lived with that for a long time. I've lived with it since just before the first election. I used to get great publicity. Now I get the worst publicity anyone's ever gotten in office, but I won in a landslide, so that people understand. They're the only ones that count ultimately. But I've also had great reporters. I've had journalists that are very good. But it's very sad when you do the right thing. As an example, they said, because of the fact that Vladimir Putin came to American soil, this was a tremendous defeat for Donald Trump. No, it was really wonderful that he did it. It was a hard thing for him to do, to be honest with you. It was the opposite of what they said, but they said it. Now, if he didn't come, they said that was also bad for Trump. There's no way. And there's just a great dishonesty of the press. And I think that's why it's lost its credibility. Its credibility is at an all-time low. We have a thing going on right now in D.C. We went from the most unsafe place anywhere to a place that now friends are calling me up, Democrats are calling me up, and they're saying, sir, I want to thank you. My wife and I went out to dinner last night for the first time in 4 years. And Washington, D.C. is safe. And you did that in 4 days. I'll tell you, it's safe. I had another friend of mine. He has a son who's a great golfer. He's on tour. And he came in fourth yesterday in the big tournament where Scotty Scheffler made the great shot. And he said his son is going to dinner in Washington, D.C. tonight. I said, would you have allowed that to happen a year ago? He said, no way. No way. He said, what you've done is incredible. And I think the people realize it. But the press says, he's a dictator. He's trying to take over. No, all I want is security for our people. But people that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner. And the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time.
Sir,
Thank
I
you.
walked around yesterday with MTG. If you can walk around with DC with MTG and not be attacked, the city is safe.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last week, you warned of what you called severe consequences if a 30-day ceasefire or any type of ceasefire were not agreed to by Russia. Will there be severe consequences? Does that change because of
I
your
don't
meeting
think
with
you need a
President Putin?
ceasefire. You know, if you look at the 6 deals that I settled this year, they were all at war. I didn't do any ceasefires. And I know that it might be good to have, but I can also understand strategically why, well, you know, one country or the other wouldn't want it. You have a ceasefire and they rebuild and rebuild and rebuild, and, you know, maybe they don't want that. But if you look at the 6 deals that we made peace and you know, long-term, long-running wars, I didn't do any ceasefires. Would I like the concept, you know, I like the concept of a ceasefire for one reason, because you'd stop killing people immediately, as opposed to in 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever it takes. But we can work a deal where we're working on a peace deal while they're fighting. They have to fight. I wish they could stop. I'd like them to stop. But strategically, that could be a disadvantage for one side or the other. But all of these deals I made without even the mention of the words ceasefire.
Are you explain the decision to offer Ukraine Article 5 like security guarantees, but stop short of pushing for their full membership?
Yeah, well, we haven't done anything on that yet. If you look back and you go back long before President Putin, it was always a statement that they would never allow Ukraine into NATO. So that was a statement that was made, but we haven't discussed any of that yet. We're going to be discussing it today, but we will give them very good protection, very good security. That's part of it. And the people that are waiting for us, they are, I think they're very like-minded. They want to help out all.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President Trump. The United States has already given hundreds of billions of dollars to this war effort in Ukraine. At best, it is a stalemate, and the killing continues. So, President Trump, how much more is the United States willing to give Ukraine? And President Zelensky, how much more do you want?
Well, I'll start off just by saying we're not giving anything now. We're selling weapons. This is something before, I guess the number is well over $300 billion. That was under Joe Biden, a corrupt politician, not a smart man, never was. By the way, go back 40 years. He was not a smart man 40 years ago either, but now he's in particular bad. This was done by a corrupt administration that shouldn't have been in. And frankly, if the right results of the election were given, if I were president, this war would have never taken place. And he would have been very happy because he would have liked to have seen. I mean, they went through hell. He went through hell. This war would have never happened. And the people that were killed, a couple of million people, a lot of people with soldiers and everything else, and the people that have been displaced and forced into other areas and other countries because of what's happened, none of that would have happened. And I'm just saying that he was a horrible president, whether it was the borders or this. He was just a horrible, corrupt president.
Mr. President.
I can. Thank you so much. So first of all, we have possibility now to buy weapon from the United States. We are thankful for this program and this opportunity. We are thankful for Europe. They pay for this. And through NATO program, for example, Pearl and etc., we have some programs where we can have some money to finance this. And this is a part, I think, it's not a part for the war and to defend us. It also will be a part for security guarantees, to strengthen our army, to rearm Ukrainian army. This is very, very important. And it depends how much money we need to rearm.
Here he goes with the security guarantees.
President Trump. And I'm happy that we have now bilateral
That's what
discussions and we work
meaning the whole EU is
nobody in
in
Europe has
Oval Office.
so many
Joke's on you. I pooped during their mission. That was on a phone call. I was here the whole time.
About defending.
I think the good news, we make the best military equipment in the world by far. You mentioned the Patriots. How good are they?
Systems.
We have systems. They're literally 100% foolproof, and it's really like shooting two bullets. You know, two bullets hitting each other in the air in a space like this. The chances, 100%. It's 99 to 100%. So we sell the equipment to NATO, and NATO does what, I don't know what the arrangement is that you have with, but I know that they want you to have the equipment. And we get
That
the
is so
best
goddamn
equipment in the world,
adorable.
but they pay us for the equipment. Under Biden, it was just crazy what was going on. I believe the number
What's up,
is over
D3?
300. I think it could be $350 billion worth of equipment and
I agree to the
money and
book.
everything
Fuck
else.
Zelensky.
And we've made more progress in settling this war in the last 2 months than they made in 4 years. This should have been settled a long time ago, but it should have never happened. Yeah, please.
Real quickly, you pushed out on social media.
All right, Brian, go first.
You pushed out on social media about doing
Misogyny.
away with mail-in ballots and potentially electronic voting machines. Can you expand on that and how important?
Bro, what the
That's a very
fuck does that have to
off-topic,
do with
just very
Ukraine?
quickly. Mail-in ballots are corrupt. Mail-in ballots, well, you can never have
Telling you.
a real democracy with mail-in ballots. And we, as a Republican Party, are going to do everything possible that we get rid of mail-in ballots. We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. And you know that we're the only country
And
in
I
the
told
world,
people that I
believe,
don't
may
really
be
like
wrong, but just
politics
about
anymore,
the
and you're
only
making
country
me
in the
watch
world that
this. It's
uses it
really annoying.
because of what's
Turn
happening.
it off,
Massive
then.
fraud all over the place. The other thing we want
No.
change are the machines.
Producer
for
lady asked.
all of the money they spend, it's
I
approximately
see. You're a
10
bitch. You
times
ran
more
my
expensive
women.
than paper ballots.
Yeah,
And paper
she'll beat
ballots are
me.
very sophisticated with the watermark.
You ever been hit
paper
by
and
Lauren? It
everything else.
hurts.
We would get secure elections.
Well, I know
We'd
the
get much faster
stiletto.
results. The machines, I mean, they say we're going to have the results in 2 weeks. With paper ballots, you have the results that night. Most people, almost,
Yeah.
but most people,
And
many
who
countries use paper ballots. It's the most
is that?
secure
Why?
Yes,
What is it?
mail-in
What is it?
ballots are corrupt.
Very, very important.
They are corrupt.
Paper
That's why
ballots,
literally
and
no one else
I
does
think
it
maybe
and has
even more
outlawed them.
important, the mail-in voting.
Now,
We're
if they
gonna
want to talk
end
about an
mail-in
absentee
voting. It's a fraud.
voting ballot from
If you
people
have
like in the
mail-in
military or
even
people
Jimmy
who
Carter
are
with this commission, they
expats,
set
that
it
is
up.
not
He
the
said the
same
one thing
thing.
about mail-in voting,
Nope.
you will never have
But
an honest election.
I
if you have
digress.
mail-in. And it's time that the Republicans get tough and
What'd you
stop it.
say? You're wearing a
Because the
dress.
Democrats want it.
I said I
It's the only
digress.
way they can get elected.
Gerrymandering,
men
at
and
least in
women's
the
sports and
U.S., is a
with
tit for
transgender
tat thing.
everybody
There are
and open
several
borders and
states
all of the horrible
that
things. And now the new
gerrymander.
thing is, they
Like
love
they're
crime.
what was it?
They're fighting
Fucking,
me on the fact that I've made
I forget the three
Washington,
states, but they
DC
border each
safe. We're
other,
not
and
gonna
there's
get
like
mugged,
5
beaten
million
up, or killed,
Republicans, and not a
like all the people you've been
single
watching
Republican
get so badly
representative
hurt.
in
I'm
federal
glad-
or state.
I hate to take your
in
time
those
in this, but
states.
I'm glad you asked me that question. We're going to stop mail-in ballots because it's corrupt. You know, when you go to a voting booth and you do it the right way, and you go to a state
Wrong.
that runs it properly,
Wrong.
you go in. They even ask me.
Not
they ask
long.
me for my
What
license,
planet
my
does he live on?
These for what outlaws? You're fucking Canadian. Stay out of our elections.
Very impressive.
Fuck you. Right, this is
Very
one you need to
hard
sit
to
down
cheat.
on. You're
With
not
mail-in
American.
voting, as you know,
No
what happens
offense.
in California, it's so corrupt.
And no,
Some
it
people get
doesn't
5, 6, 7
disenfranchise
ballots
disabled
delivered
people.
to them. Now we got to stop
Not at
mail-in
all.
voting, and the
And an
Republicans have to
absentee
lead the
ballot
charge.
is
The Democrats
specifically
want it
for people
because they have
from
horrible
overseas.
policy. If you have mail-in voting,
You have
you're
to
not
show
gonna
your
have any
ID to get
Democrats
them.
elected. That's bigger than anything
You
having
have
to
to
do with
authenticate the whole damn thing.
And the Republicans have to get
Because
smart.
I used to have to do that.
Country. I said for a long time at rallies, you need
They were
borders
designed for
and you
military
need free and
overseas,
fair
but
elections. Those two things,
expats and
otherwise you
people
don't
can
have.
get them
We
too.
have strong
If I'm not
borders now.
mistaken.
In 90 days, Mr. President, we didn't have 1, 0, 0, and 3 months. Not one person came in illegally into our country. In fact, even I find that hard to believe, but it's run by a little bit of a liberal group that put out the numbers, so I guess it's, but 0, 0, and 0. You go back
Yes.
a year ago, 2 years ago, 3.
Yes,
millions
not
of
lies I
people
am, because that's
poured into
absolutely
our country. It was
bullshit.
terrible. Thank you very
Bullshit.
much.
Texas is a red state, a solid red state. It is impossible. But because of the magic of mail-in voting, fuck off with that bullshit, bro.
In 3 heavily blue cities,
Strong
correct.
Ukrainian army. network.
Oh, by the way, Georgia has just now admitted that there was election interference in 2020.
Intelligence and
Oh, there was no doubt
but
about
we
that.
will
We saw it
discuss
on
with our
camera.
partners. It depends on
We still can't talk about it
countries,
too
on the
much
United
because of fucking
States,
TOS, but still,
on
you
a
know.
lot of our friends.
And Mr. President, are you willing to commit American troops to that NATO-like protection in order to get President Zelensky to a deal today?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. People probably gonna hate me for it because I know some people are disabled and have trouble with mobility. But if you're disabled and can't make it to the polls,
and they want to give
I
protection.
mean,
They
I
feel
think your
very
voting
strongly
time
about
is
it,
over.
and we'll help them out.
No, there's a process because I used to have to use it for my parents.
That's just my opinion. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. I know there's a process, and it's not mail-in voting. There are also plenty of nonprofits that will help you move to go vote. But since we have to, since it has to be all or nothing.
Well, Bluebird's
Many
saying
of them are great
something.
people. They're smart. They're energetic. They love their country.
And since it has to be all or
Oh,
nothing,
sorry.
if you can't get the polls, you can't vote.
I love the Ukrainian people, but I love all people. I love the Russian people. I love them all. I want to get the war stopped.
Bruh.
No, bullshit.
Are you saying if you're too fucking stupid or poor to get an ID, you don't deserve the right to vote?
It's not that hard.
Every black person I know has an ID.
The president, I just spoke.
Every poor person I know has an ID. They just don't keep it on them.
Have a phone call right after.
You know how I know? Because I'm poor and don't keep my ID on me. Fuck the police.
If we don't have a trilat, then the fighting
retarded.
Continues. And if we do, we have a good chance. I think if we have a trilat,
this is why I say ignorant things.
He's expecting my call when we're finished with this meeting. Thank you very much, everyone.
I mean, like,
President Trump sitting
that's why I said I know a lot of people are going to be upset with me, but like, just because it has to be all or nothing with these fucking leftist Canadians for some fucking reason interfering in our election and having opinions about how we elect our politicians and our leaders, it just has to be all or nothing. You know, fuck it. If you can't walk, you can't get to the poll, you can't vote. That's just, I'm taking a shitty opinion because of a shitty, stupid thing that was said. For those,
I might end up, my phone might die, and then I might have to call that night again. So people are still on that voting ID thing, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you have to have an ID for so many things.
You gotta have an ID. You gotta have an ID to get your money out of your bank account.
Yeah, and if they're saying that these are the disenfranchised people, more than likely they're receiving some sort of benefit, like government benefits. They have to have an ID for that. I would think. I mean,
you know, you have to have an ID to get welfare benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, like your social and all that. So it's just like, do they just want?
Yeah, sit down, Canada.
Who's from Canada? Is it? The comment on the chat?
No, not Laws. I'm messing with Not Laws for being from Canada.
Oh, he's Canadian. I didn't know that. All right,
Not Laws. I have done a lot of research on that.
Can you pull up a little picture of the state of Illinois?
Oh, you want me to show him? I think he knows that Democrats gerrymander just as much as Republicans.
There's one town that runs the entire state. That town is Chicago. The population in the Chicago area overtakes the rest of the state. The rest of the state is Republican, but because we're outnumbered by that one city, we lose everything up there.
Yes, Not Laws. I have done my research on mail-in votes. They were some of the most corrupt. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. You got your little ass. Hold on.
What is this Canadian spurging about?
And that would be so easy to do. I did a mail-in vote during like the pandemic, and it was like, I mean, anybody could have sent it.
I've seen a list of countries that outlawed mail-in voting, or postal voting, whatever you want to call it. Here we go. France, Mexico, and I'll even share it. Hold on. Voting in an election via
While you're looking at that, did you hear about when they would go around to like the retirement homes or people that were almost like
Yep.
incapacitated? Yeah, and those were
Yep.
mail-ins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what? Yeah, I've heard about that. What happens is, so people like to try to claim, and they say it's a mixture of truth and falsehood. Some people like to claim that an absentee ballot, and an absentee ballot is very similar across every democracy. It's usually for their military or for expats, or people who are citizens of their country who live in another place for whatever reason on a permanent visa or something, for them to be able to vote in their nation, in their homeland's election. That is not a mail-in ballot. It is a different thing entirely, and this allows leftist fucktards and scumbags to obfuscate the truth. When it comes to pure mail-in ballots like they did during 2020, France, Mexico, Belgium, Sweden, Italy. We don't. I'm not even gonna count Russia because that's basically
Yeah.
a kingdom at this point. Japan, Israel, Morocco, Tunisia, like.
But even as liberal as France is, they're on the list, right?
Yeah, I mean it's just common sense.
Yeah, because mail-in ballots are easily interceptable.
Exactly.
Absentee ballots have several measures that you have to do to authenticate the fucking ballot.
Correct.
Well, and I mean, the people that they say have a hard time getting there, like disabled, they still go to doctor's appointments and they still have things they have to do. I mean, it's not like they don't ever have to go anywhere.
Hey, look, I get the joke, ha ha, he, funny. I'm giving you a list of other democracies that people say are better than American democracy, and they've outlawed it. So America can outlaw it too. And I'm tired.
Because it's corrupt.
I'm tired of the bullshit when it comes. Black people and poor people can't get an ID. Yes, then they don't deserve to vote. If you're
That
too
is
fucking
insane.
retarded to get an ID, you cannot vote.
And that's insulting to black people. Like, of course they have IDs.
It's just like,
I'm gonna be real. I don't even care. I don't even
stupid.
care about that. I don't even care about that. I'm gonna be honest. No offense to me. I don't care about that.
Well, I
My
know,
point
but
is,
I
if
mean-
you're too retarded to get an ID or too poor to afford it, maybe you shouldn't vote. Maybe you have other things to worry about on election day, like making some fucking money.
Well, I don't
or
think it's
getting a
them
goddamn
that are
ID.
saying it, right? It's like more the white liberals and like those kind of lobby groups that are trying to use that, and they're using them as like a scapegoat. But I don't think it's actually the people that they say can't get IDs saying it. I don't know. I just saw a street interview once, and someone's going around asking like people, "Do you have an ID?" And they're like, "Yeah."
The biggest problem with voting isn't that black people and poor people, like Notlaw says, don't have IDs. Because everybody I know has some fucking form of ID, and any form of state ID is acceptable to go vote. I've even given them my social security card to go vote. Like, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's
It's
insulting.
my issue. My issue with voting. If you want to make elections fair, make it a federal holiday where every business in the country has to let their people go and vote, even if they have
They
to
do
rotate
already.
shifts.
That is a
That's
law.
already a
No, they
law.
do not. No,
Yes,
they
it
do
is.
not.
It's a law. Yeah, it is.
Well, then it must have been something that recently passed.
I don't know. They have to allow everybody to leave their job and go vote.
I think they give them
Well,
2 hours, a 2 hour window.
but yeah, they should. Now we can debate if that should be paid or not because it's your civic duty. But personally, I think it should be. I think
Or
it should be.
all you have to do is put the election out for 4 days or something like that.
Yeah, I'm even down to I'm even down to extending how long you can vote. Because if people think back in 1776 when the country was founded, you think you got the election results back the next day, you're a fucking dumbass.
Well, like his
Pony
comment
Express
saying
didn't go that fast.
saying people trying to vote twice Republican. That's because obviously the Democrats are going to hide it when they're doing these massive like sweeps of like false voters. You know, obviously they're not going to document like the mistakes. I mean, I don't know. I just think
No, not lost.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Absolutely not.
You
It's
need to
it's a
lay off the
matter of it's
maple
a
syrup.
matter of election integrity. I understand leftists don't understand voter integrity.
well, and it
that.
hurts them too. I mean, if we want to use their system, Republicans can also go start on the retirement homes if that's the game they have to play. It doesn't make it like any better. You know, it just makes more people have
Where
to
are you
cheat.
getting your where? First off, don't tell me to look up the stats. You're making a claim here, a very retarded claim that I've never even seen. Why don't you post some evidence? I am usually of the mindset do your own research, but I have done my own research. And you're just coming out with some wild shit. I don't like Trump. I hate Trump. You know that's a non sequitur with me right there. I don't like Trump. Trump's not fascist enough for me.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with one president. It's like a policy.
What's up,
Are you
Boxy Cat? What's your funny joke? Go ahead, Blue Jay.
Oh, I was just gonna say, who talked you into the politics and all that?
My producer lady.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I just had a break real quick and I haven't seen you live for so long, so I was like, I'll just call and just kind of hang out. So
I think Not Laws is a broke ass Canadian.
No, not Laws is cool. He just pisses me the fuck off. Like I'm not gonna fuck with him. But this is my country. This is my country, not his. He wants to be a leftist in Canada and push that fucking leftist bullshit in Canada, by all means. But fucking take that shit somewhere else. When are you gonna join the MAGA movement? Oh Lord, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, go to Not Law's last comment. I drive an electric car. Suck it. What the hell is that supposed to be?
I mean, I think electric cars are kind of cool, but at the same time, you'll never. How about this? I got your back, Chuck. The carbon footprint that you left by buying that electric car is 2 to 4 times larger than the gas powered car, than the modern gas powered car, with all the lithium mining, plus the child slavery to mine it. Think about that. How does that feel?
And if you go to a lot of these charging stations, they are ran by diesel generators.
I think he was flexing on you about the money of an electric car.
Oh,
He drives a Cybertruck. What do you call
gay.
What do you call someone who makes music about vegetables? What, Oxycat? What do you call them?
Veggie Tales. Did she ever get,
Electric. Maureen. Do you get free Neuralink if you buy a Cybertruck not lost?
You know the U.S. government is buying up the Cybertrucks to use as target practice.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I read that the other day.
Beatboxer. Hey, that was funny.
Oh, that was weak.
Nah, it was funny. I liked it. I don't buy a Tesla. You only hate Tesla because liberals told you to hate him. Or not Tesla, but Elon because liberals told you to hate them. I bet you a few years ago you were absolutely madly in love with the motherfucker.
100%.
But we're gonna play a little bit of this video. This is about the Roblox pedo stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is Nuxanor. I really like this guy. He is a VTuber.
This is probably one of the craziest situations on the internet right now. The P words that are in power and that are controlling society are finally freaking out. Chris Hansen, professional pedo catcher, is working on a documentary that will investigate Roblox's handling of child safety issues. Now, if you are a child or a parent, you know what's going on because Roblox is one of the biggest games in the world. Every kid is playing Roblox. Every parent's kid is playing Roblox. Roblox is addictive as hell, and there is a massive pedophile problem on Roblox. Roblox is a kids game where pedophiles lure kids and actually meet up with them on the platform, allegedly. So this is absolutely insane, and people are finally starting to look into it. So I'll give you an example. I have a nephew that's addicted to Roblox, and some random guy in his Roblox chat room asked him for his address, and he gave the guy his address. He gave the dude his actual address, bro. Like, this is what happened to my nephew. So I know this personally. I've personally seen this happen. All right, it's a kid. It's like a 4-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But this is a real crazy thing that happens. So anyway, it got so much worse because this is Taylor Lorenz. She used to be a journalist for the Washington Post. Then she got fired because she supports terrorists and she told Americans to go kill Donald Trump. I'm taking artistic liberties, but she made a video titled "Someone Has to Do It" regarding someone needing to kill Trump. So Taylor Lorenz claims that the Roblox anti-ICE protesters are facing police violence. There's police brutality.
My favorite car is the '69 Dodge Charger. So sorry, I don't know why he obfuscated into this. I wanted to get to this part specifically, I believe. But no, yeah, nah. I feel like we said something about sports earlier or something, or maybe I started thinking about something like I grew up. My dad's thing was NASCAR. They were all mechanics, so like that's what I grew up with. I didn't grow up watching Sunday Night Football. I grew up watching Sunday night or Sunday evening NASCAR race. So I like Mustangs too. I just don't like drivers who plow into crowds. You figured out who he was, i.e., your leftist overlords told you to change your mind about him.
You never know. They might be texting with pedophiles or Taylor Lorenz, which is arguably worse. So this is what Asmongold said, and this is shocking.
Now, I also saw, like, obviously, like, I was driving to fucking, like, the gas station today, and they said on the radio that if your kid got groomed on Roblox, I'm not even kidding you, to call because there's, like, a class action lawsuit that's being filed against Roblox, right? Like, they are in a bad situation. This will class action. Yeah, exactly. Like I heard this on the radio today.
So it's actually happening. It is actually fucking happening. Kids getting groomed on Roblox because parents can't be bothered to take care of their own children and decide to let Roblox groom their kids instead. And I mean, take care of them, obviously. It's happening at such an insane rate that they're actually making a actual massive class action lawsuit against Roblox for protecting pedophiles. Now, I know what you're thinking. They're not protecting pedophiles. They just happen to be pedophiles on the Roblox side. And Taylor Loren.
Negroid, they are. They literally are. You are literally listening to your leftist overlords. You literally did the bit where you're like, black people can't get ID, and black and poor people can't get ID. I would have respected that statement more if you would have just said poor people. But you said black people and poor people.
Like they're two separate groups.
Yeah. And then Chuck, wait a minute, I'm not gonna co-sign that. When you say it like that, it's like all black people are poor people.
Oh no, I didn't mean it that way.
I know you didn't, but we got to think about what we say, because like I'm half asleep. I'm tired because I'm tired as fuck trying to get my days and nights fixed, and like I just co-sign that without thinking. And the way that sounds is like, no, poor people in general, and even they can afford ID. You know why? Because I'm poor and I have an ID. Everybody that I know has a fucking ID. You know who don't have an ID? Illegal immigrants. Non-citizens, people that shouldn't be voting in any capacity in this country.
That are allowed to vote.
And you want to know? I buy a lot of stuff on the internet, right? You know how I know mail-in ballots are not secure? Because the shit that I buy and I purchase insurance for gets stolen all the fucking time through the mail. You really expect me to think that they're not stealing and harvesting ballots? Fuck out of here. You're not American. Sit down. It's not up to you. And honestly, we should start prosecuting Canadians for fucking interfering in our election. Like, we should start going over the border, because it's not a real country at this point. I'm gonna be real with you.
It wouldn't be that hard to take them.
I don't have overlords. Not laws. There are not national socialists in this government as much as you think there would be. As much as you think there are not people that have my ideology are not in the government of the United States. So no, it's not my overlords. I don't have an overlord. I'm my own free man. We don't have a political party in the U.S. We're not allowed to have a political party in the U.S. So no, it's doing my own research and using my own train of logic. If my CBD oil that I take to help me sleep gets stolen in the fucking mail, do you really expect me to trust somebody's goddamn fucking vote to get to the ballot box? Come the fuck on, man.
I ordered a computer a couple 6 years ago, and that thing traveled 6 times between Atlanta and St. Louis before it finally got delivered. Well, that tells you that anything can be snatched up.
I mean, yeah, well, I get grumpy when, the people who are leftists, it's not really me, it's not really lack of sleep. This subject brings the worst out of me in general, because it's literally just leftists. I'm gonna purchase signal and I'm gonna moral at you about poor people and the disabled, because when they don't get a say, Not everybody should get a say in government. Get mad at me. I literally tell people my ideology. Like, it's nothing personal. Not everybody should get a say-so in government, for one. And for two, if you are going to give everybody a say-so in the government, you have to have really strong elections. And you got to do away with things like gerrymandering. You got to do away with things like mail-in voting. You got to do away with things like not having fucking IQ tests at polls, personally. I think that you should have to be intelligent to vote. And you want to know a secret? Something that I do believe is secure? Because with a webcam and a photocopier, you can scan your ID and do facial recognition software using your webcam, and then you can vote from home on your computer. I support that all day long. That would be the best way for people to vote. The most safest way for people, well, not the safest, but like the most convenient way for people to vote. And in all honesty, I also think you should have compulsory voting. You should have to vote. People died to give you that right. Joe Cool, do you by chance have an ID, Joe? Not Lost thinks black people can't get an ID to vote. I know you're probably against. I know you're probably.
Wait. Joe's black.
I know you're probably against. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I would be very surprised. I know you're probably against the ID to vote. Against the ID to vote as well. Would be my guess. It is not the same thing as mail-in voting. You don't have a license. All right, Paul, calm down.
There's no security in mail-in voting. None. There's no security measures in place.
No, there's not. And if we set up the infrastructure, to vote, and I get why countries don't want to do like national voting for their elections over the computer, because it does leave it to, there are dangers with it.
Yes.
It can be the ballot locations where the ballot servers could be hacked and all that shit, like like, so, but like, it's convenient, and I would rather have that than mail-in voting, personally. We drop this link if Joe Cool or Oxycat want to come up.
Who's arguably worse than pedophiles, I'm not gonna lie.
Apparently, long story short, for that video, Roblox had somebody that was willingly going in and gathering information on these pedos and delivering it to the police, and like Roblox, because it would hurt their brand to know, for people to know that there were pedophiles on their platform, they banned and kicked off the guy and sent a letter, cease and desist notice, that they would sue him if he didn't stop. And it's just some shady shit, and like Roblox is losing all the money. Last election, my neighbor received a ballot for his wife. She's been dead longer than I've lived here, at least 13 years. Do you want to know something that Not Laws is also not going to believe? My great-grandfather, the man who built the house that I'm living in, literally received a ballot in 2020, and he's been dead longer than I've been alive. Well, hold on. Hold on. He was around for the first year of my life, or the first few months of my life. Let me correct it. He's been dead almost as long as I've been alive, give or take a couple months. Right? So,
and you could have mailed that ballot right back in without anybody knowing anything different.
Oh yeah, no, he is very, very smart. Well, you know what, Not Laws? I wish I would have kept it. I am absolutely not lying. Democrats, because my grandfather was a registered Democrat at the time. I'll give you one. My great grandfather was a registered Democrat at the time. I'll give you one guess as to why. So he was still on the Democratic registry when he fucking passed.
Are you talking about the 311 Club by chance?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
He was not a member. He was associated though.
Or
He
in
was.
the belief thereof.
He definitely was. He was a good man. Like he believed in meritocracy. He didn't really hate, but he was part of the good old boy system for sure. And if you're part of the good old boy system, you're automatically gonna be a part of the 311 Club. He was truly in favor of that. And but like you don't have to believe me. I lived it. The truth doesn't need to be defended. I'm telling you what happened.
Lord.
Oh, you like Tucker? I got you. Cause you weren't here yesterday. I don't think you weren't here yesterday. I posted some more Tucker pictures. This is my favorite picture of him. This is my favorite picture of Tucker so far. This is my favorite picture. He looks the cutest, but I don't like how my camera kind of glitched, and it looks like it's actually I like that. It looks like it's a painting actually. You know what? Never mind. I like that. I have no complaints at all.
I got a
That's my favorite
meat hook. That dude
Oh
got some
yeah,
huge.
I told you this motherfucker's got them paws.
He gonna
Them
be a big.
motherfuckers.
He ain't done growing by no stretch.
No, bro, I swear to God, he's gotten bigger. He's gotten bigger since I told y'all he was getting bigger last night. I went and laid down on the couch, and he started like going, like sitting there wagging his tail and shaking, and like begging. I'm like, all right, come on. That motherfucker jumped on my fucking stomach. I thought it was about to cave in my fucking lungs. Big as fuck now. He come in the he come so when I'm using the restroom, I ain't gonna be try to be uncouth with this. But when I go use the restroom when I'm sitting down, right? You know, he used to get beside me because like right beside me is the wall. He'd get in the cool dry spot right there and lick my ankle or like wag his tail and just sit in there with me when I'm in the bathroom. He just comes in there and sits with me. When I'm at my computer, he usually sticks his head in the doorway where he can get the cool air can hit him and his body's in here with me, or he'll just if it's cool, he'll just come lay on my foot and be right there. Well, in the restroom the other day, I think it was last night after I started streaming, I went to use the bathroom and he went to do that, get in his spot. He couldn't even lay down in his spot like he used to. He had to sit up. Like he had to actually sit up in the spot because the spot is now too small for him to be in. I'm like, I had to get up and let him. I had to get up and let him out because he couldn't even back up. He's too big. He's growing up. He just looked at me and he just fucking plopped down like he does. He goes, he sighs like a motherfucker all the time.
And he don't realize he's getting bigger.
One of the reasons that I want to fix my days and nights is I sleep all day and then I stream to make that to build the community, make that little bit of money, right? If I'm not working, that's what I'm doing. And I'm sleeping during the day and that doesn't leave a lot of Tucker time. So like I want to be hey, what's up, Ike? I want to be able to play fetch with my boy and take him for walks and like not be dark when I get up or near dark, right? So like I'm trying to get my days and nights fixed so I can spend more time with my dog and I can still actually do the streaming stuff that I enjoy. And it's so much better than crawling up under a house like today to fix a fucking pipe and not be fucking tired and like your eyes feel like they're on fire because you're eepy.
Yep.
So there are many benefits.
Well, you get caught up in those late night streams and they get interesting or something, and you don't realize how many hours you're stuck there.
And then it just throws you right back into a
Yep.
fucked up sleep schedule. This is him when I gave him a comically large bone. He did not know what the fuck to do with it. This is him with his small bone. Look at him. Oh, I love my boy so much. He
Who got
loves
up
me
here?
too, believe it or not.
All right.
How you doing, Ike?
The Prince
Not
of
bad, not
Peace.
bad. Kind of seemed like a chill spot for me. Just maybe I'm being like your dog right now. You know, like you're in the bathroom. I'm just cozy enough
Ike,
over
you
here. And
can't be in the bathroom with me. I'm pooping, man. It's not going to be enjoyable experience for either one of us. Oh,
My
shit.
cats do the same thing whenever I go.
I should have clarified sooner because you know this brat's gonna say something like that. But no, like I just love my boy, and like he's starting to mind more. Like I told the story about I dropped the sandwich, and he didn't sit. Of course, he was sniffing at it, and I could tell he wanted to attack it, but he didn't. And like I got it. I checked, make sure there wasn't nothing on it, and I wound up just giving it to him in a bowl because he did such a good job at not like attacking it, just because it got dropped on the floor. So you know he's a good boy. He's starting to learn. He's housebroken. He tries to go outside. He he can play. He plays fetch, and he loves tug of war. And he loves when I walk him. He loves when my best friend comes over and he brings his dog because, like, even though his dog's the equivalent of an old man, they still kind of try to. He still tries to play with him, even though he's got cancer and it's not going too well for him. He still tries to play with Tucker, and like Tucker gets so happy and excited, he'll wag his whole body, and sometimes he'll just piss all over the floor. And I'm like, "Motherfucker, your housebroken! Why?"
He just got because he got excited.
I know, but I'm like, oh my fucking god, you're too big. There's a lot of that there, good sir.
That's a fact.
And he'll just look at me, bro. When I'm talking to him, sometimes he'll just cock his head to the side. Like the other day, he got in the road for the first time. Like he hates cars, so if there's a car coming, he scootily booms out the way. I'm thankful for that. I hope it forever stays that way because I don't want to get a shock collar or anything like that. But when he went to the road the other day, I yelled, hey, dickhead! And he turned his face and I was like, get out of the road! And he cocks his head, so I'm like, get the fuck out of the road!
He's looking at you like, you talking to me?
Exactly. And it clicks. I can see the moment it clicks. And he's he's talking to me. And he just probably goes, hey dad, I'm coming back. And like he comes back and sits right at my foot, goes, has his whole ass tongue sticking out, looking like he's happy. I was like, you little motherfucker, and I just had to oh man, I just had to pet him. I love cats too, man. I've had great smart cats that do that type of stuff. But gentlemen, I am actually super fucking tired, and I think I'm gonna have to roll
I
with my
could
friend.
tell. I
He's
could
gonna take
tell.
his mom. Yeah, I keep blanking, and I don't know if I can keep going because it's also very hot. Plus, I have to still ride with my friend to take his mom to the airport.
It's supposed to be
unload.
over 100 again here today.
It's not getting there for me. It's getting to like 98, 99, but it feels like it's 105.
Yeah, anytime it gets over 90, I can't tell the difference because it's hot.
Yeah, no, like in Georgia, if you was back down here, you could. And it's like at 90, 90 is when it's like every degree you can feel past 90. Is what I feel like. But I am super tired. I'm sorry for ending it right when you come up, Ike, but I am really tired, and I might have some stuff I got to do today. I got to message them because it's 30 minutes before we're supposed to leave.
Gotcha. You doing an evening stream?
It might be a late night stream actually because if I fall asleep, I'm gonna try not to fall asleep. But if I do, I probably won't wake up until 12 or 1 o'clock, which is good because I can do a morning stream tomorrow. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my stuff, but I will try. I can try to do an evening stream if I wake up in time. If you would like.
Just curious. All good. Well, it was a short bathroom session, but like I'll see myself out.
It's stanky, bro. You don't want to be in there. I'm telling you, it'll be bad for both of us. Any final thoughts, you two gentlemen?
No, just have a good day. Take care of yourself. Take care of that dog.
I will try. I'll do my best. I love all of y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hatred and violence.